We got a lot more details in regards to what happened with Marvel Studios co-founder and executive vice president who just left Marvel Studios. And, well, if these reports are correct, and I don't see why they wouldn't be because, I'll talk about it in this video, she was very much at the center of a very toxic work environment and, making a lot of bad calls that hurt the quality of the MCU. So for those that aren't familiar with Marvel Studio structure, they work directly under Disney, obviously. Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige is the head of everything, but he has co-VPs and producers that work right alongside of him. Victoria Alonso was one such producer whose name always showed up as part of the credits, and she got her big break with that role with the original Avengers. Now, obviously, since that time, Marvel Studios has had ups and downs, and most recently, we knew that she was in charge of visual effects and those departments and what's going on with those companies that she is talking to and, of course, trying to set things up with. And what we heard just recently is that she was more or less blamed for the massive uptick in the toxic work environment that was happening with all the studios connected to the MCU, aka all the visual effects houses. And what she would do is she would favor artists and teams that she liked that would essentially answer all of her calls that were yes men to her. And if you so much as had any input or wanted to do your own thing or called her out for something, she would cut your budget, she would be the one that would blacklist you and then offload your work onto other teams that are already overworked. So all the things that we were seeing the last couple of years that had a lot of visual effects sacrifices that were falling behind, that were problematic, she was in charge of. And allegedly, she was the one that was really causing a lot of trouble behind the scenes and causing some headaches in terms of the visual effects departments being told you have 3 weeks to complete 3 months worth of effects. Get at it. And if you don't, the next project, you're not called up. So you're not getting paid. And suddenly the other team has a lot more pressure. And it sounds like that the parting might have been mutual to some degree. Sort of a, hey, you get out instead of us firing you publicly. But again, we'll talk more about that as we learn more details. Hopefully, with her out of the way, Marvel Studios can get back to some sort of semblance of quality control in terms of visuals across the board, because, let's be real, it's been rough. I mean, it was a little rough with some elements of even Endgame and Infinity War and Captain Marvel, but the last 2 years have really shown how rough it can be.